What if I told you that one financial mistake in your 20s could end up costing you hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars over your lifetime? It sounds unbelievable, but it's true. The reality is that most people don't suddenly wake up in their 40s drowning in financial stress. The foundation for those problems is often built much earlier, during their 20s. This is the decade when people get their first jobs, start earning real money, move out on their own, and begin making financial decisions without fully understanding their long-term impact. And unfortunately, many Americans make the same costly mistakes. One of the biggest mistakes is waiting too long to start investing. A lot of young adults tell themselves, "I'll start investing once I earn more money." It seems logical. After all, when you're just starting out, money feels tight. Rent is expensive, student loans might be piling up, and there are countless things competing for your paycheck. But here's the truth. When it comes to investing, time is far more powerful than the amount of money you invest. Someone who starts investing just a small amount in their early 20s can often end up with significantly more wealth than someone who waits until their 30s to invest much larger amounts. That's because compound growth needs time to work its magic. The earlier you begin, the more your money can grow on its own. Another major mistake is lifestyle inflation. You land your first decent paying job, and suddenly it feels like you've made it. So you upgrade everything. You move into a more expensive apartment, finance a new car, buy the latest gadgets, eat out more often, and start spending money to match your new income. There's nothing wrong with enjoying your hard-earned money. The problem begins when every raise automatically leads to higher expenses. Many people increase their spending every time their income increases, leaving them with little or nothing left to save. As a result, they remain trapped in a paycheck-to-paycheck lifestyle, even while earning salaries that should provide financial freedom. Then there's credit card debt, one of the most common financial traps for young adults. Credit cards can be incredibly useful tools when used responsibly. They can help build credit, provide rewards, and offer convenience. But they can also become dangerous if treated like free money. It's easy to swipe a card without thinking about the consequences. A few online purchases here, dinners with friends there, a weekend trip, and suddenly thousands of dollars have accumulated. Because credit card interest rates are often extremely high, carrying balances month after month can quickly spiral out of control. Many people end up paying far more in interest than the original cost of the items they purchased. Another mistake that catches many people off guard is not having an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable. Cars break down. Unexpected medical expenses appear. Jobs are lost. Emergencies happen when you least expect them. Without savings set aside for emergencies, people often have no choice but to rely on credit cards or loans, creating debt during already stressful situations. Even having a few months' worth of living expenses saved can provide peace of mind and protect you from financial setbacks that could otherwise take years to recover from. Perhaps the most overlooked mistake of all is ignoring financial education. Most schools spend years teaching subjects like algebra, history, and science, yet very few teach practical money skills. As a result, many young adults enter the workforce without understanding how taxes work, how to invest, how retirement accounts function, or even how to create a budget. Because of this lack of knowledge, people often make financial decisions based on emotions, social media trends, or advice from friends who may not know much more than they do. The good news is that financial literacy is easier to access today than ever before. Spending just a few hours each month learning about personal finance can completely change your financial future. The truth is, your 20s aren't about making perfect financial decisions. Nobody gets everything right. They're about building good habits, avoiding major mistakes, and giving yourself the best possible foundation for the future. Because the choices you make in your 20s don't just affect the next few years of your life, they can shape the next few decades. And your future self will either thank you for those decisions or wish you had started sooner.